Okay, so we are continuing with the weekly AllSigns Love Readings. The first 6 zodiac signs were done a couple of hours ago. So now we're doing Libra, and we're going all the way through to Pisces. Okay, we're doing the other 6. I hope you're enjoying your weekend. I feel so much better than I did when it started. Last push now in the run up to Christmas. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Libra's highest good. How is Libra feeling in this 3rd week of December 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Libra's feeling first of all, please. The King of Cups, okay, heavy water. Sorry, heavy water. So, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The King of Cups is someone who's very patient, very forgiving, open-hearted, kind-hearted, emotionally intelligent. That water that he's sitting in, that water around his feet, is very calm, very still. Okay, so it's not that a King of Cups has any less stress than anyone else to deal with, but they're not into projecting it onto anyone else. Okay, so it's a nice calm, nurturing vibe. So Libra, your next one is the 6 of Cups. Okay, so we've not seen an appearance from the 6 of Cups until your reading. The 6 of Cups is it's a card of nostalgia. So you can see that it looks like a brother and a sister here. It's when you care about someone on the same level as like you would a family member. Okay, so each cup out of the 6 represents like years together, you know, years of memories, years of emotions built up. It's a nice card. It's a card of a soulmate. And it's upright, so no wonder you're feeling good at the moment. Hi, Volman. Oh, now we've got the 8 of Swords, and the 8 of Swords is when you're in a space of mental entrapment, okay? So this person appears to be stuck. They are at the water's edge. They're surrounded by swords. They're blindfolded. They're blindfolded because this is just their perception, okay? They're not actually stuck. There is a way out, but we perceive ourselves to be stuck. Okay, so I don't know what that is in regards to, because you look fairly calm. You look like very healthy minded, very open, very forgiving, very loving, very settled with someone who is a soulmate. So what is this about? Okay, so let's see who's showing up for you, Libra, because you know how you're feeling and why. Let's see who's showing up for you. I'd expect it to be the person that you're loved up with, because you look to be very settled with someone. The Death card reversed. Okay, so Major Arcana for Scorpio. This is the Stained Glass Tarot deck, by the way. It's really, really nice, isn't it? Hi, Lincoln. Or Emery. When it's reversed, it's a lack of closure, it's unfinished business, okay? So emotionally, someone has not closed out a chapter. The challenge position, the 10 of Wands, something's been difficult for a long time. I know that because 10 is the end of a cycle. And when it's upright, we're fighting all the way through. It's a person who's very stoic, someone who's a warrior. You know, they will take knock after knock after knock after knock after knock. They will carry the weight on their shoulders, okay, right through to the end. But when it's reversed, it's like we've done that for such a long time, but we're not prepared to do it any longer, and we're going to drop the burdens. We're going to down tools, and we're refusing to keep on going. This is the challenge, okay? Can I see this through to the end? Or am I going to throw in the towel? Queen of Cups reversed. Guys, we've got the King and Queen of Cups now. We've got divine counterparts. You're literally suited to this person. Now, you're feeling in a masculine energy. Doesn't matter whether you're a man or a woman. You're feeling quite like, I'm going to, you know, make decisions, like in terms of what's for the highest good, for the greater good. They're in the Queen of Cups energy, but the Queen of Cups reversed. So it looks like they're quite unhappy about something. They're quite pissed off about something, or feeling bitter about something, because the Queen of Cups, when she's upright, again, is someone who's very, you know, open heart chakra, forgiving, patient, emotionally intelligent, generous of heart, loving, nurturing. When it's reversed, it's the opposite of that. So someone who's bitter, resentful, pissed off, holding a grudge. This person that you're dealing with, who you've known for many years, that you have like a soulmate connection with, they are not happy bunny. Let's get 3 for the outcome. The Page of Swords reversed. They could have blocked you. You could have had an argument. The Page of Swords, when it's upright, is someone who's watching and waiting. So we tend to, when we've had a fallout with someone, tend to spy, or we tend to try to find out how they're doing. Are they upset without me? Like, are they getting on with business, or are they like struggling? If they said anything, if they mentioned me, you know, it's that kind of like eager to kind of anticipate someone's arrival or get information. That's a spying energy. But when it's reversed, it's like when you block someone, or you don't want to know because it'd hurt you to hear about them or see them with someone else. I don't think there's been a separation here, but I do think there's some sort of challenges or issue that's arisen, and you could have had a falling out, or you know, you haven't spoken very well for a few days because of it. That's a like, I don't want to communicate with you, I don't want any information about you right now kind of energy. And it looks like it's them, because you were fine. Right, now we've got the Page of Cups reversed. Yeah, they're definitely hurting. The Page of Cups, when it's upright, is an offer of emotion. You know, cups carry water, and water is feelings in tarot. So a Page of Cups is someone who's looking to, you know, offer emotion to someone. They're open-hearted, generous of heart. It can be an apology, but it could be, you know, expressing any kind of emotion, really. Normally I'd say it's positive, but yeah, it can be an apology. This person is not sorry. Their Page of Cups card is reversed. They're keeping their emotions to themselves. Their cards are not on the table. They're keeping them close to their chest. I know it's them because they're reversed, you're upright, okay? So they're the ones that are in that negative version of themselves. The Justice reverse, something's unfair. I mean, that's your card, actually. That's your card, isn't it? That's your major arcana, the Justice. So you could be feeling down about this. You could be feeling less than yourself. Or like something's unfair. Someone's being over the top with their reaction. They're trying to control the situation, manipulate you emotionally. Let's get a message from them. You've definitely had a bust up here. Well, these are love readings and they're collective readings, so you would need to watch your sign or watch the sign of the one that you're wondering about. If you want a personal general reading, you'd have to pay for it. I will be doing memberships from March where you can get a monthly health reading, a monthly finance reading. You can always pay for an individual love reading, but the collective ones by zodiac sign are weekly and they're completely free. Usually they will resonate, to be honest. For most people, they'll resonate. But if you want to guarantee that it's your story and get specific timings and messages, you know, you can pay for an individual private reading. Still listening. I listen to the music you shared with me. It helps me to connect with you, although we are apart. So whoever this is someone that you've known for many years. They're a soulmate. You could be in a relationship with them, but you've had a recent fallout, or you're going to fall out this week. Or it could be someone that you've known for a long time that wishes that you two were together, but I see it more as a current romance, to be honest. They're thinking about you right now, and they're listening to music that makes them think of you, or music that you shared with them. I see signs about you everywhere. Everything triggers them to think about you. They're really down, really in their feels. What's the nature of this connection, please? Be honest. Heart-to-heart conversations are necessary. It is safe for you to talk about your feelings, okay? So it's a bit unhealthy, the fact that this person gone silent on you. They might be sulking. They could be a sulker. They could be someone with quite a temper, so they've withdrawn themselves from the situation so that, you know, they don't lose their temper around you. But you just need to talk to one another, honestly. It could be a Scorpio, because we've got the Death card, which is the major for Scorpio. You're showing up as the King and Queen of Cups, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio energy. But they don't have to be that sign. It could just be the energy that you're both in. Give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Okay, so just because you're not seeing eye to eye on this occasion doesn't mean that has to be the end. It doesn't have to be that dramatic. I'm going to get these relationship advice cards. Chain. Loyalty is the chain that links you together. It's unbreakable. Well, it's very positive. They want to sort this out, okay? They might not have the willpower, the self-control. They might feel too proud to sort this out, but they're actually like struggling being away from you. Metamorphosis. Every transformation in a relationship heralds a rebirth. Okay, so this could just be like one of those events that happens in your relationship, and it's awful when you fall out with each other, but it could strengthen you once you've had this conversation. You could feel so much closer to one another. Secret garden. Open the secret garden of your heart to true love. Let trust blossom within. Yeah, well, that's interesting, because that's very much like the death card. You close one chapter and you open up the next one. It's like putting emotional baggage, you know, where it belongs in the past. It's interesting, that. What is it that this person loves about Libra? Because they definitely love you very much. Sometimes when I'm busy, I pause to think of you, and it's like a breath of fresh air. Oh. Hi, Paula. What's this person dealt with in the past? Why are they quite tricky to deal with emotionally? Undecided, choosing between lovers, competing for affection. Someone could have put them, you know, in situations where they weren't a priority, so they could feel like, oh no, that's happening again. Sometimes, you know, when we've had an experience like that, we're almost anticipating it and projecting it onto people. Consumed, extinguished doubt by having open communication. Yeah, that it's left them feeling like insecure when it comes to relationships and being open, being honest. They don't like it. Okay, and it's because they found out last time that they weren't the priority in someone else's life. Sick and tired, cycles over it, decision made. This poor person, they've literally like been really triggered by this one argument, because they're a bit insecure. It's to do with stuff that they've been through in the past. How did we go from everything to nothing? They're being so dramatic. There are no real secrets in this world. They feel like you're going to reveal some sort of like big thing, or like you're going to say, Joe, what I've been seeing other people, or like, yeah, it's a very dramatic person. They need to calm down. Their head's going to all kinds of places. Let's get you some advice then. Space. The quality of your life has more to do with what you remove from your life than what you add to it. Give yourself the gift of space. I wonder if, you know, sometimes we entertain acquaintances or people that we don't really need to, just because we like having options, you know, tantalising ourselves with like backup plans, plan B. If you're doing anything like that, don't, okay? Because if this person ever found out, they're gone. They will fly so far off the handle. it's untrue. Declutter, you know, whether that's emotionally, practically, communication wise, if there's anyone you've been talking to, you don't need to be, just, you know, make sure the path's clear for this person and for your future together, because you care about one another a lot. Matt's on here. I didn't call you Matthew. The path to light. I make the conscious choice to move towards the light one step at a time. I transform my weaknesses into strengths by mastering my thoughts. I overcome obstacles with positivity and acceptance. I develop my gifts and extend my light to every being unconditionally. Okay, so there's a lot of love here. You belong together. You just need to be honest. You need to have honest conversations. You might have to be the bigger person to start this. Who's doing these faces? to why are you doing them faces, whoever it is? Yeah, you might have to be the one that brings it up, because you could be dealing with a sulker or someone less mature, or someone who's like, you know, more insecure. Let's get you some more advice. Wait, did I get the... Yeah, I did. Yep, let's get you some more advice. Eclipsed truth. Hidden truths are being revealed to you. Embrace the clarity that follows. So you may get, you may just automatically know what to do, where you might have been a bit confused or feeling like, you know, something is a bit shit or a bit problematic. Obstacles are going to be cleared. You're going to know what you need to do, and it's a molehill. It's not a mountain. Okay, everything's going to be fine. Hi, Sadiqa. I'm not doing questions. These are just collective readings. So you just watch your sign or the sign of your person, and it should answer your questions. If you want a private reading, it's £18. You can email me. It's in the channel description, or direct message on TikTok or Instagram. And I'll send you a link to your pre-recorded video. Guidance from the universe. Open to the universe's wisdom or divine guidance and cosmic connection. I love this card, you know, I feel like it's like an optical illusion. It looks like the solar system, but it also looks like a fried egg, which makes me think of like Salvador Dali. Like of his work, and like, yeah, I like it. You're gonna like get like answers, you know, you're gonna know exactly how to sort this out. It's a small issue. Let's get you, this is a gorgeous new oracle deck. So let's get you a Yule celebrations card. Bear berry garland. Hang a garland of berries. These symbols of abundance and protection bring the blessings of Yule into your home. Gingerbread. Savour the sweetness of gingerbread. Let its warmth and spice fill your heart with the comforts of winter. That's nice and soothing. Okay, so when will this little blip be resolved? When will Libra's person stop sulking? Oh, so I got a really nice garland from Sainsbury's. I think they might still have them, you know, in the homeware bit, and it's got berries on it. Shall I show you? I might as well just move the camera. I've not got my lights on because, yeah, but I've got lights on it. It's cute. I needed to put my charger in instead. Right, what was I doing? When's this blip going to be solved? I hope it doesn't say like next year or something. Stop focusing on time frames. So you need to worry about when you sort out. You just know that you will. I would say do not leave it. When you're falling out with each other, it doesn't matter who should be saying, I'm sorry, you love each other, and it's shitty when you're not talking to each other, so just sort it out. Get it sorted ASAP. With me, I don't know if it's me being a Taurus or being female or what, but the longer someone leaves it, the more pissed off I get, and the less likely I'll be able to calm down or talk. I would just get more and more hurt. You know, like a cat that's been left in the cattery. Don't leave me there another day and take me home. Right, that's your reading, Libra. I hope it resonates. Please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel. Yeah, support me any way you can, even if it's like to give a like, a nice comment. It keeps me going. I read them when I'm driving home from work as a tired teacher. If you wish to donate and support the channel like that, there's a link in the channel description. If you want to be seen in the lives, you can do a super chat and it'll highlight your message, make it a nice colour, and I'll give you a shout out. Memberships are starting around March. I've got to wait for my tax number to come back from the US, and it's like 9 weeks. I didn't think it was going to take that long, but that's the only delay really with memberships. But yeah, 2026 is going to be a fantastic year for this channel. Memberships will have a monthly health reading, a monthly wealth reading, and a how to read tarot series as well. Love readings. Love readings that are collective will remain completely free. If you want a private reading, they're £18. Okay, let's go on to Scorpio. If anyone's wondering, this is the stained glass tarot deck. It's so pretty. I really like it. Spirit guides, the universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Scorpio's highest good. How is Scorpio feeling in this third week of December 2025 with regards to what they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Scorpio's feeling, please. The Star card is healing or wish fulfillment. The Queen of Swords reversed can be a divorce card. The Moon card reversed is fear of what comes next, being overwhelmed. Yeah, see, this is the major arcana for Aquarius, but the Star card is all about healing and wish fulfillment. The Queen of Swords, when she's upright, is air energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, heavy Aquarian energy. Swords stand for justice. They stand for the truth, what's fair, what's right. We often, use words to communicate what's fair, what's the truth, what's right. Air signs are fantastic public speakers, really good writers. They deal with intellect, with knowledge, with strategy. Things are a game of chess. By the time someone actuates something as an air sign, they've had that in the works for a while. Okay, they've been planning it. It's not a very spontaneous energy. When we use words against people, when we wield swords in the wrong way, we can do a lot of damage. So the Queen of Swords, she's a card that severs ties with people. She blocks communication or uses communication harshly, uses communication in a manipulative way. Okay, so I wouldn't say there's wish fulfillment. I would say there's a need for healing. There's a lot of fear because the Moon card is the major arcana for Pisces. In the story of the major arcana, the fool realizes that he must walk forwards anyway, even when things are not illuminated, even when it's unclear what lies ahead. We must walk forwards anyway. We have to trust our instincts, we have to trust our gut, and know that we can handle whatever's thrown at us. This is like a vibe of, I don't trust myself, I don't know how to handle this, so there could be an ending, a separation, and it could be you that's initiated it, but you're scared as well of what this is going to mean for yourself, where you're going next. Four of Swords reversed is a restless energy, When it's upright, this person's slumped, they've been at battle, they've been at war. They're fatigued, they're tired, it's tiring defending yourself, it's tiring being on the attack. It's exhausting. That arm is heavy. It's time to rest, but there's a sense of I've got to keep defending myself. I can't take a minute to let my defenses down. Nine of Swords reverse. See, the Nine of Swords, when it's upright, is fear, anxiety, staying awake late at night, ruminating on stuff. It's intrusive thoughts. Each sword represents intrusive thoughts. Now, when it's reversed, we are getting free from that. Okay, we're no longer suffering over this. So I'm glad that it started to go in that direction. Let's get 3 cards for the one that's showing up for you. Right, they have got the 8 of Wands. So this is fast action, fast progress, fast communication. Wands is, it's fire energy. So there's going to be progress, change, positive change. The King of Swords upright. So we've got the King and Queen of Swords. We've got divine counterparts. This is divine counterparts, soulmates. The King of Swords is upright. So the King of Swords is playing fair. They're not trying to manipulate. They're not trying to use their, communication skills, think on their feet against you. They're trying to be truthful, they're trying to be honest, but they're being logical. In the challenge position, we've got the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords, when it's upright, is leaving the past behind, leaving our emotional baggage behind, our woes, our worries. When it's reversed, it's unfinished business. We can't get past something. We can't let it go. That's going to be the challenge, okay? Can this person let it go? Let's get 3 for the outcome. Now we've got the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is reversed. The Queen of Wands, when she's upright, is someone who's assertive, confident. It's fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, but it's mainly Sagittarian energy. Okay, confident, almost arrogant. Okay, someone who's assertive, goal-orientated. They go for what they want. They're good-looking. They're desirable. They're very lustful. When it's reversed, it's the opposite of that. Well, I'm going to start memberships in March time, so you can watch that, because I'll be doing a how to read tarot series. Memberships, I think I've put them at $5.99 a month, but yeah, they won't start till March. But I'll be teaching you the tarot cards. Members will learn all about that. To be honest, the more you watch tarot, the more you'll understand it, because a lot of tarot readers explain what the cards mean. Some don't. But I think it's for me, like, I have to talk through what the cards mean in order to get to the result, because it's a bit like a Rubik's Cube. You have to work out what the message is that you've been given. So I have to think out loud. The Queen of Wands reverse. So yeah, so it's those qualities. I don't know why I said that. It's those qualities accentuated in a negative way. So, the Queen of Wands could be overconfident, overbearing, pushy, dramatic, angry, overly lustful, forceful. We do that when we're insecure, right? So it's the opposite of being assertive and secure. It's being insecure, and there could be passiveness, or there could be, a sort of domineering quality going on. So I don't know if that's you or them. I think, Scorpio, you could be moving into this energy, because you don't look very happy in your cards at all. But it looks like you're the one that's leaving this person behind. They look more secure. But it could be them. Let's get 2 more. The Strength card, so more fire, but it's reversed. There's a need to be emotionally strong. Oh, that's cool. Thanks for your comments. Yeah, so it's the major for Leo. Leo the lion is very physically strong. He has a big presence naturally, but there's a need to tame the lion. There's a need to tame the beast, and she's trying to get him to calm down. So I think there's a lot of anger here. There's a lot of fire and a lot of anger, bitterness. Let's get one more for the outcome. Seven of Wands upright. More fire. So the Seven of Wands is a competitive energy. It's like when you're really determined to win. You want the high ground. This person is climbing the mountain and they're reaching the top, and it takes a lot of determination, a lot of strength, a lot of courage, passion, devotion. So the three cards that you started off with were the Star, the Queen of Swords reversed, and the Major for Pisces, which is the Moon reversed. A lot of fear, severing ties. Then we had a restlessness, and we had trying to get away from this sense of fear and going over everything in our heads late at night. They've got the Eight of Wands upright, the King of Swords upright, the Six of Swords is the challenge. And then in the outcome, we've got the Strength reversed, the Seven of Wands upright, the Queen of Wands reversed. It doesn't look like you're cooperating, it does look like a separation. Let's get a message from them. You may feel like this person's being very logical, very cold. Or just like simply intellectualizing things instead of showing emotion. But we tend to do that when we have to face facts about something, or continue to deal with one another, you know, for reasons of dividing assets, dealing with legalities, divorce. I would say this was something very established because you're showing up as a king and queen and have a matching seat as well. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your names. I don't know what the first symbols are, but creator, thanks for your comments. Nemanja Vasic or Vasic. Sorry if I'm saying your names wrong. I even got my moderator's name wrong earlier. Her name's Sarah. Sarah, I know you call Sarah. It's like sometimes people, you know, use like their son's email address, or I've got a few like viewers who like show up but their name isn't on their email, and I deal with a lot of people. Right, let's get a message from them. I mean, I'm a teacher, so all I do is get people's names wrong all day. The kids are like, it's not pronounced like that, it's not spelt like that, and I'm like, oh my god. Well, that's not my name. So we've got, I'm sorry. I hate how much I've hurt you. I'm so sorry for all the pain I've caused. You didn't deserve any of it. Attention of others. I'm addicted to the attention of others. I love feeling wanted and needed. I don't feel whole without it. Well, that's quite a toxic thing to be admitting. Focused on money. I'm currently focusing on my career and finances. My main priority is financial stability. My dreams. I've been dreaming about you. In my dreams, we are so free and in love. Wish I could stay there forever. I mean, they're apologising. They know it's their wrong. They know they were bad. They know what they did that was wrong. Because some people apologise, but they think you're just being arsey. They don't even know what they're apologising for. So at least this person's self-aware. They really want to be loved up. They're focused on money right now. I'm going through an awakening. You've definitely given this person, like, food for thought. What's the nature of this connection, please? Patience. Some things still need to be dealt with for this connection to manifest. Gratitude. You need to be grateful for the love already present in your life to attract more of it. Letting go. If someone leaves you confused more than comforted, you need to reassess their access to you. It's up to you, Scorpio, whether you want to give this person another chance. I guess, you know, like, if you love each other, you can accept what they've got to say. You are important to this person. But I mean, if it kept happening, you would have to draw a line somewhere, right? What is it that this person likes or loves about Scorpio? When I look into your eyes, the whole world stops and I forget where I am. OMG, that's so nice. They're crazy about you. Maybe when it says attention from others, it's not like other loves. It's like, you know, like, they're very extrovert. They need to be like the center of attention. They constantly need to socialize. They don't like quiet nights in every night. You know, more nights they need to be out than home. I personally would hate that. But some people are extrovert and they would get very down very quickly if they weren't constantly social. You know, some people will draw attention in work, they'll draw attention around friends, strangers. They just need it. It's like their life force, you know? You can get that with air signs when they're, especially like an Aquarius, because they're a bit of a, they can be, it depends what their other placements are, but they can be someone that's quite an adventurer, quite focused with, you know, acts of service towards the community. They love to be of help. They love to be valid and valuable to others, as many people as possible. So they can spread themselves a bit too thinly. Toxic, destructive relationship, manipulative, gaslighting. Okay, so you could have felt like this person has previously been toxic, that their behaviour, either sort of gaslight you and make out like you're overreacting, Like, you shouldn't be bothered that they're barely around you. Yeah, because that's like that's like serving their selfish needs. Hanging on, release the past and let yourself love again. Fluttering heart, your passion leads you to the love you desire. Air signs can be very controlling. They like to manipulate, the way they word stuff, like they're never wrong. They've got to have the last say on everything. They want to be, intelligence is important to them, so they can't have you know more about something than them. Egg on their face, ashamed, backfired, got caught. Childish, immature, argumentative, playing the victim. Yeah, like this person been tying things up in knots, dancing around subjects, trying to, twist it, make you understand their point of view every single time. They never make a mistake. Maybe you've heard "I'm sorry" too many times. Maybe this person's just not getting it. Because "I'm sorry" shouldn't be like one of the most, regularly said things in a relationship. You should be able to know how to treat your person so that you don't have to say sorry. Like that should be a very rare thing. It shouldn't be like every conversation you fall out and every conversation someone's apologising, it's always them. Because if they're used to saying sorry, it's because they're trying to make it their way all the time, and they're trying to manipulate how you feel so that they can have things how they want them. Let's get you some advice. I don't think I did this one, I'm a bit intrigued to see what comes out from this. What's the nature of this connection? It's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. Air signs can be more, it's not all the time, but they can be more comfortable intellectualizing things or using professional language, talking in a way that's like third person. They feel a lot of emotion, but they prefer to deal with people like they're almost like a business partner. I don't know why, okay, but my dad's an air sign. I'm dealing with an air sign at the moment, and I wouldn't say they're exactly the same because one's a Gemini, one's an Aquarius, but there's definitely they're very good with their words, and they won't see your point of view ever. They've got their stance on it, and it's almost like a superiority complex, or they just have to be right. I've fallen out with my dad a few times, and it'll be over something really trivial, like certain facts about. We had an argument about supercars and like what's faster, supercar or an aeroplane, and like we both thought we'd had like the perfect fact from somewhere, and I've got Libra moon, so I don't know. He wouldn't accept what I was saying, I wouldn't accept what he was saying. And we actually will like not speak to each other for it, like it's crazy. It's trivial stuff, it's not anything that matters, but when it comes to love, this matters, okay? If someone's constantly saying I'm sorry, that's not good. And I'm having that with an air sign. that I was dealing with. It's a twin flame, and I've never heard the word sorry so much from one person, honest to goodness. I'd rather they just behaved differently. And it's issues with communication. Or lack of communication. Friend. Be as good a friend to yourself as you are to others. So if someone else were to warn you off this person, if someone, that's not what I want to say. If someone came to you and said, look, I've got this issue with this person, they've behaved like this, what would your advice be? Are you someone that can take your own advice? With this person being toxic and childish, and you can't just have like a straightforward relationship. If someone were to come to you and explain this had happened between them and the person, what would your advice be? And are you able to take that advice yourself? I'm not saying you've got to break up with this person. I'm just saying there's only so many times you can hear sorry. Do you know what I mean? And then it's just like, for fuck's sake, change the record. Like, change the record. Change your behaviour, and then you have to say sorry. Do you know what I mean? Balance. I find a balance between each sphere of my life. I am the master of my daily life. I make time to nourish the spiritual and the physical. I bring love to my world by fulfilling the needs of my body and soul. Sometimes when you shift your focus away from stuff like this, you can get calm, give yourself a bit of distance from it. I'm not saying don't talk to this person or ignore the messages, but go to the gym, go for a walk, do some sort of like side hustle or passion, have time off from this mentally, just go out with your friends or meet up with family or do something to chill yourself out, and it won't seem like such a huge hurdle to get over. You'll know what to do when you hear from this person, whether you're over it or whether you feel generous to give them another chance. Galactic harmony. Manifestation flows when your mind and heart are in harmony. The moon's whisper. Listen to the quiet guidance within. The answers you seek are already within you. The stellar compass. You are never lost. The universe always guides you to your true path. Okay, so this is all about following your intuition, your third eye, your gut, your instincts, but trusting in the divine plan. You will make the right decision because there's no wrong decision. Okay? You give someone a chance. If they let you down again, that's the outcome. You know what I mean? It's not like the floor's going to suddenly go from beneath you and you're going to be swallowed up into a sinkhole or something. It's just, then you kind of definitely know that it's not working or this person's not changing. Do you know what I mean? Once you can only explain yourself once to people in depth. You cannot continue to explain yourself. You cannot continue to maneuver around someone else's selfish ways, if that is what's happening, because I'm not a fly on the wall, but this is like kind of what's coming through. There's no wrong decisions. There's only like, okay, I chose A or I chose B. Now I've got to like move forwards. Because you just keep yourself stagnant otherwise, you You'd apply that to anything. Should I live at home? Should I live abroad? Should I stay in the job that I'm in or leave? You know, if you don't leave, you can still leave later on. It's not like the ground is going to, you know, disappear from beneath you because you've made some wrong decision. You're not stood over a trapdoor and you got the answer wrong. It's not like that. Life isn't like that. We're on Scorpio. We're most of the way through Scorpio. I'm just wrapping this one up. I can't pick this blooming card up. Got it. Drama over. We'll be going on to Sagittarius next. I'm going through the signs in zodiac order. Goal setting. Set clear goals and create plans to achieve your life's desires and dreams. Goals, planning, achieving. You're at it does seem like a bit of a crossroads because you've got a compass. And that almost looks the same, doesn't it? Where am I headed next? You've got a choice to make, I think. As I say, there's no wrong, you know, no wrong answer in life. It's a series of choices, and whether you decide to go left or right, you can always change direction. You know, if you decide to stay rather than leave, you can always leave later on. You tend to catastrophize things and, you know, think, oh my God, it's all on this. Like, what's the right decision? What's the wrong decision? There will be other opportunities. There will be, you know, more of everything, things that you can't imagine. Yule Star. Follow the Yule Star. Its guiding light leads you towards hope, new beginnings, and the fulfillment of your wishes. There you go. That's exactly what we've been talking about. Oh, I haven't got any cinnamon sticks. I need to get some of those up on my garland. And slices of dried orange as well. These cards are so nice. Apples symbolise abundance with the fruits of winter. Savour the sweetness of what you've harvested throughout the year. Okay, so everything that you're doing every single day of your life, you're incrementally investing time, money and energy into your life, okay? So don't kind of go and that's all zero now. It's not like that. Only ever look back to see how far you've come, yeah? Remember that Rome wasn't built in a day and you are constantly making moves. Sorry, let me get you a divine time in. So if Scorpio is looking for new, when will that be? If Scorpio is looking for new, that would be around July. So a summer romance. If Scorpio wishes to heal the situation with the person that's showing up in the spread, when would that be? It's your choice. Let go of it all for now. It's coming for you. Okay, so they will come towards you when they come towards you, okay? But if you want something new, you will get that in the summer. Okay, that's going to be your reading, Scorpio. Please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. If you want to donate, there's a link in the channel description. If you want to stand out in lives, you can do a super chat. But just positive comments, likes, sharing the video, really, really helpful, really appreciated. I love to read your comments. I read them on the way home from work sometimes. or when I get to, I've got pottery tomorrow. Matt, you better get those mugs out of my box so they can dry out. They need to be dried out. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Is it Nemanja? I'm sorry if I'm like saying your name wrong. I love tarot. Tarot found me. I think that's how it goes with tarot. Unless you've got someone in your family that's introduced you to it, it just sort of finds you. And normally it's around middle age, to be honest. There's a lot more young people into tarot now. I think because of social media, that's one good thing about social media. But it is good to live some life first, I think, before you start trying to... I've always been one of those people that's philosophical and wonders what it's all about. I'm a thinker. I've got Libra moon, and I feel things very, I'm very sensitive. People say that to me, and I just thought everyone's like that, but apparently not. I'm very sensitive. I'm an empath, so I take things hard. Love, I find difficult to let go of people, I'm not saying I'm a clinger or a stalker, I'm not, but I just constantly talk about the person or reflect on them for years to come, it's just how I am. But everything changed in my life during COVID. Every aspect of my life changed, and it was really hard, but I started to watch tarot, and then I just learnt it, because a lot of tarot readers do talk about the cards as they're reading. And I do that because, honestly, I don't think I could work out what the message was if I didn't do that. It's like thinking out loud, which is what we do in teaching. We do think alouds, But yeah, I'm a full-time high school teacher. I would love to do this full-time. I've been doing both of these things for 2 years now. And it's not easy doing both, but I'm not afraid of hard work. I know what I want. I'm an Aries, Taurus, Cusper, so I've got that bit of fire influence in me. Here we go. So Sagittarius. If you want a private reading, it's £18, and there's there's my email address in the channel description, and you can direct message on TikTok or Instagram to arrange it, because I don't take questions in here, and I don't do individual readings in here. These are collective readings by zodiac sign, so you can watch your sign or watch the sign of your person. To be honest, you should do that anyway long term, to see what the narrative of your life is, what they're experiencing long term, because that's how you get your answers. It's not really like, how do they feel about X, Y, or Z in a one-off reading, because that's how they feel today. How we feel about stuff is fluid. I might think I hate teaching and I just want a tarot channel, and in a few months something might happen where I'm like, I never want to do that again. Do you know what I mean? That's unlikely. But how you feel in love changes. You might think, I never want to date people ever again. I'm just going to be by myself. And then in a few weeks, you bump into someone, you crush on them, you never thought you'd feel like that. Or you might say, I'm never getting married again. I'm divorcing, and that's it for me. Marriage done. And then you meet someone and you just think, my God, you're the person I should have been with all along. Do you know what I mean? So it's the same with finances. Like why do things are happening all the time that affect like job opportunities or career, or whether an employer is looking at you for a particular position? You can't just get an answer to something one day and that's it. You've got to follow the long-term narrative, because it constantly changes. I'll shut up now. It's just annoys me sometimes, because from I'd say mostly Indian culture, people will say am I going to marry this person? but there's no one answer to that. Do you know what I mean? It's like today this person thinks no, but in a week they might think yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it's fluid. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Sagittarius' highest good. How is Sagittarius feeling in this third week of December 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Sagittarius is feeling first of all, please. I think tarot is nice just because you can see like other people going through the same stuff as you, and if you want to talk to them you can, or you can just think, oh, I'm glad someone else like is dealing with heartbreak at the moment, because you know sometimes friends understand, sometimes parents understand, sometimes siblings understand, but people, maybe it's many years since people in your family were single and heartbroken. Maybe they've been, you know, married for decades and they just can't feel things and experience things or understand what you're going through. I used to feel like that for years, you know, or maybe you're just going through divorce and everyone's posting like happy shit and you don't want to be in misery and post, you know, or air your dirty laundry. But on tarot, you can meet people from all over the world in other countries, and it's mad how it resonates, you know. You feel like you're a part of something, you feel like you're in good company, the universe has got its plan, it's to do with the stars, it's to do with something bigger than you, and it just takes the pressure off, you know. I don't know why some people are offended by it, but they'll be offended by any religion if it's not their own. I'm an omnist, so I'm open to all religions. I've lived in other countries, I've studied other religions, and I think there's a lot of links between, you know, like Hinduism, where they've got moksha. So you will break karmic cycles and become a better and better version of yourself till you reach moksha. And it's kind of like that with karmic lessons in tarot. So a lot of, you know, a lot of religion and spirituality, it's just to help you to be more enlightened and conduct yourself in a more enlightened way, to become a higher being than what you were before, to evolve. It's personal development. But for some people, because it clashes with what they think, they can't cope with that. Winds me up. Queen of Wands, you're showing up in a very Sagittarian way, Sagittarius. So the Queen of Wands is someone who's confident, assertive. She knows what she wants. She knows how to get it. She is action orientated. It's fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, heavy Sagittarius energy. If you know what you want, you can shoot, you can aim, you can fire, you can hit the target, yeah? This is all about knowing what you want and going for it. Create goals and make it happen. Looking good, feeling confident. Four of Pentacles, the miser. So you're not going to let anyone have a piece of what's yours. You're holding on to those pentacles. You're counting them like Scrooge in A Christmas Carol. It's like, nope, this is for me. This is for my future. This is what I need for now. This is for my offspring. I don't know what your reason is, but you're not letting anyone have a piece of it. So, what are these other cards that have come out? We've got the Devil upright, which is the Mage for Capricorn. We've got another Major Arcana with the World card upright. Another Major Arcana with the Judgment. And another Major Arcana. I've never had that happen. What's happening, Sagittarius? I've never had that happen. The Sun card's reversed. There's a call to action. There's a recognition that we must take life up with the smooth with the World card. The Devil, there's some sort of obsession over taking action. The Sun card is like burden when it's reversed. You know, in the Rider-Waite Tarot deck, which is like the traditional tarot deck, this is a naked baby riding a horse bareback, giggling with the sun behind, because it's carefree. It has no ego. It has no, worries. It doesn't have to pay a mortgage. Doesn't have to worry what its figure looks like. It's nice to be a baby. Like, it's in the id state. So it just, as long as it's fed and watered and it's not got the chicken pox, its nappy's changed, it's got a full belly, it's happy, right? If it's not tired, it's happy. Its basic needs are met. So grown-ups, we've got, you go from the id to the ego when you're around like 4 to 5 years old. You've kind of learned that certain behaviors are just wrong, and so you don't do them. When you get to your super ego at like 5 plus, you do it because you know it's the right thing to do, not because it's just a pattern that you see everyone else queuing up because it's the right thing to do. You know it's the right thing to do, so even when other people do the wrong thing, you won't. You're not following the pattern that everyone else is doing. So adults, they've got this super ego, but it makes us very conscious of ourselves, and we constantly worry and we feel burdened. We worry what our body's like. We worry about paying the mortgage. We worry about all kinds of shit all of the time. You're making moves, but you're doing it quietly. There's some sort of project or venture or goal, dream, something that you got your eye on, and you're not letting anyone have a bar of it until you pull it off. Right, let's see who's showing up for you. It could be someone that you're thinking about, someone that you're dealing with, or someone that's coming in the future. The 10 of Cups. Okay. So the 10 of Cups is a happy family life. The 10 of Cups is everyone who lives under one roof. So that could be 2 spouses. It could be spouses and children. You don't have to be married. You could be living together. You could have children and be living together. You could be a blended family. But whoever's living under that roof, their cups are full. At least they were, if they're not now. That is a contented family life. 10s are about 2 people that have put their assets together. They've, procreated. They've made offspring. They have lasting generational wealth. But in particular, this is who lives under the house. Are they happy? Are their cups full? Yes, they are. Not under the house, under one roof, in the house. The Wheel of Fortune reversed is when we've made bad decisions, we've either done something wrong ourselves, or we've failed to see the red flags, and we've stayed in a position that's toxic for us. We've stayed in a dynamic that's toxic for us. So we must break the karmic cycle. And when we do, the wheel will turn upright. And the universe will grant us a period of good luck, of better fortune, because we've righted our wrongs. We've seen the error of our ways, or we've put healthy boundaries up because of the error of someone else's ways, someone that's walking all over us. This is reversed, so something is unhealthy at the moment to do with this person, and they're trapped in a karmic cycle. If they don't learn their lesson in this lifetime, they'll be forced to learn it in the next lifetime. I told you it's very similar to Hinduism. The 2 of Wands reversed. The 2 of Wands upright is a planning phase. Should I go left or right? Do I pick A or B? What do I go for? When it's reversed, we're kind of refusing to make the decision. We're refusing to pick. We're stood at a fork in the road and we're just going to stand still. Maybe because we don't know what we want. We've got the Hanged Man, the Seven of Pentacles reversed, and the Five of Cups reversed. So the Hanged Man is taking stock. We suspend ourselves because we don't want to make any rash decisions. We need to think about something properly from all angles, from all directions. The Seven of Pentacles, when it's upright, is someone who is reaping the rewards of what they've sown in the past. You know, like a farmer taking stock on his or her field, their crops. Have I cultivated enough? Have I achieved enough? Do I have enough? It's a reflective energy, 7. 7s are reflection. It seems like the answer's no, not enough was achieved in the past. The Five of Cups is grief, sadness, loss, regret. When it's reversed, we're starting to heal from that. Okay, we're coming to terms with it and moving on. So something didn't work in the past. Something was karmic, something was unhealthy when it comes to a family situation. Sagittarius, you're determined to make moves for yourself, and it looks like it's going to be away from this person, so perhaps it's an ex. We've got the Empress reverse. See, this could be getting you a bit down, making you feel not yourself. The Empress is shared. It's a major arcana that's shared by Libra and Taurus. Okay, she's ruled by the goddess of love, Venus. The Empress attracts, she does not chase. She's pregnant, literally. She's also pregnant with ideas, possibilities. She can create from zero as many times as she needs to. Now, the Empress is supposed to be wed, she's supposed to have children, but it's supposed to come to her, the abundance. And it doesn't mean that anyone who's a Taurus or a Libra, or anyone who reaches Empress age or status, because that would require having all 4 queens, so we tend to reach that later on in life. It doesn't mean that they've never had a hard time. It just means that they can regenerate, they can rebuild. It's a very capable person. You've got the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles. So this person has everything that it takes. But when this person is reversed, they're not feeling good. They're not feeling themselves. They feel less, less valuable. Something's made this person, take a knock, feel not good. So those were a combination. That was by itself. Let's get one more for the outcome. The Page of Pentacles, looking to reinvest. Yeah, I've withdrawn my pentacle from this marriage, from this situation, this family dynamic. Now I'm looking to reinvest it. Where should I put it? Who should I give it to? Who should I invest in? So there's a sense of looking towards the future. And I'd say it's you. I think your ex is stuck. I think they're stuck. And I think you're moving on. Slowly but surely. Let's get a message from them. Focused on money. I'm currently focusing on my career and finances. My main priority is financial stability. They could be receiving bad karma for the decisions that they've made. Let's get another message from them. I feel insecure. Yeah. This person is feeling lost. They're struggling at the moment. They could be receiving karma for, dharma is like good luck. Karma is bad luck, They're struggling with finances. It could be like something that is really like dominant in their life. Well, it is something very dominant in their life. These are the things that this person's focusing on, is like trying to get financially secure again, because they're obviously not financially secure right now. What was the nature of this connection, please? Make the effort. This love is worth taking risks. You are called to move forwards. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So that there may be a need to have a conversation for whatever reason. You may have unconditional love for this person. You may wish to tell them there's no hard feelings. Sometimes it's very draining to stay in a frame of mind where we're angry or resentful or we feel guilt, and sometimes it's necessary to have conversations. Or you may just want to think, I'm sad that we're parting ways, I'm sad that this is over, I'm angry about certain things, however, I don't want you to be out of pocket. If we need to work things out financially, if there needs to be give and take whilst we, reset the GPS and regroup and navigate in opposite directions to our own futures, I can cooperate. I don't know, it's but it says like, you've obviously like created a family together. It says make the effort, heart-to-heart conversations. This person's terrified about money. They're feeling really insecure. So it just depends how generous you're feeling, whether you feel like, you can sort something out with this person, at least practically. But it would really help you to heal as well. What is it that this person liked or loved or likes or loves about Sagittarius? Whenever I see flowers, I think of you. So that could be something that's like important to you, or it's just, it's a classic symbol of affection, isn't it, when you buy flowers for someone? But it could be something significant to you. What is it that, what's the reason that this didn't work out? What's the bad karma about? Being burned. Afraid to love someone again, unhealed trauma runs away. This relationship suffered because this person has unhealed trauma. This person that you were married to or living in a family dynamic with, They've got abandonment issues. They've got the need to run away. They don't deal with heavy emotion well. So that's the part that they played in the downfall of this marriage or relationship, this connection. They're a runner. Controlling power struggles lead to being manipulative. This person's very controlling. They need to control the outcome. They need to control the process. They need to control being forgiven for running. They will, see things from their point of view, and you must understand things from their point of view. You must forgive them. It's very controlling, very manipulative behaviour. If someone disappears for long enough, then they reckon that by the time they come back, you'll have missed them so much that it's just going to be okay, that you're just glad to have them back. But you can't have a grown adult doing that every time there's a problem, because that takes its toll on you, having to be stable for yourself. They're not providing you with any stability. They're constantly needing you to be the stable thing for them. Does that make sense? All you get is sufferance. Fake friends. So this person could have friends that are very fake. That they actually aren't there for this person. Maybe they like it when this person runs away from you, because it means the person runs to them, into their arms. Guy friends of guys are very, they can be really toxic and harmful when it comes to relationships and marriages. They love to have their friend stay over with them, like, you need bro time, or I'll get you drunk, or, come and talk to me about everything. Guys can be so, like, possessive over each other. They also quite like it when a marriage isn't doing well, or they quite like it when a relationship isn't doing well, because especially if they're not in a relationship themselves, they get their mates back. Do you know what I mean? So that they can be really, no one really talks about it, but they can be really toxic men, especially like men in their 20s, because they're sort of grieving for like the loss of their friend, as they see it, you've taken their friend or whatever. So they can really encourage like breakups and stuff, encourage very toxic ways of getting over people, like partying, getting, going to see strippers, getting drunk, taking drugs, smoking weed. They do all of this stuff because it's like cool to do that. Sitting and talking about your feelings, and crying together isn't something they feel as comfortable doing, but it's probably what should be happening. Telling this person to go back to you and what are they playing at and go home is what they probably should be doing. But someone that this person runs to, or more than one person that this person runs to, does not give them good advice, does not encourage them to go back to you. They're fake friends. They may struggle to have real friends if they let people down like this and they run away from emotions. They may be a bit limited to friendships, because people don't appreciate that when you disappear on them for months at a time. Not a lot of people have a tolerance for that. As they get older, they'll just be like immature idiot or whatever, weird. Do you ever think about me late at night? So this person wonders if you're, sitting up at night thinking about them. They're probably hoping that you'll swoop in and, like, chase after them. Okay, let's get you some advice, because this is about you, Sagittarius. Shine. Don't dim your light. The world needs your unique talents and gifts, so shine brightly. Elevation. I free myself from fear and trust the universe. I direct my thoughts to the beauty inside and around me. I use my spiritual strengths and knowledge to create light, and I rise above all doubt. Okay, so you're a very attractive, fun person to be around. You're confident, you're capable, you're successful, you look good. People like being around you, and you should not be getting pulled down by this negative energy, this toxic habit this person has of running away and making you feel down, and like there's instability and you have to be the strong one and you have to go and chase after them. You don't need to do that, okay? You would be better to be around people that can match your energy, match your vibration, match your healthy, response to problems that come up. Maybe you don't remember what it feels like to have someone pour into you rather than drain you, It's like an emotional vampire, this person. The starry embrace. You are loved and supported by the cosmos. Feel the universe's embrace. I love that card. The cosmic dance. Celebrate your journey with joy and gratitude. Each step is a cosmic dance of creation. Galactic dreams. Your dreams shape your destiny. Dare to dream big and watch them manifest. It's good things for you. It's growth and expansion. New girls. How scouse is that? New girls going for what you want. I just come out with like mad accents sometimes. I don't know where it comes from. I don't even talk like that. That's like a Liverpool scouse. That's hilarious. New girls going for what you want. Mate. It's too hot in here. I'm getting boiled by the radiator next to me. Intuitive wisdom. Trust your intuition to guide decisions and reveal deeper truths. Sixth sense, inner knowing, perceptiveness. Goal setting, that's you. Set clear goals and create plans to achieve your life's desires and dreams. Emotional balance. Maintain emotional balance to preserve inner stability and harmony. Okay, these are not easy times, but you're well capable of staying focused, staying on track, because that's how you score, okay? If you start letting this person mess with your emotions, distract you, divert you, get you all wobbly and in your feels, you're going to shoot and you're going to miss, okay, for these things that you want, these things that you're going for. Blessings of the celestial. Embrace the celestial blessings and feel the universe's grace and support. They're really nice cards that you've got there. Okay, let's get you a Yule celebration card. And I'll get you a timing for new love. looks like Father Christmas. Ancestor message. Listen to the whispers of your ancestors. Their wisdom and guidance flow through you, strengthening your spirit. That's really nice, actually. That's lovely. There's loved ones that have passed on that are like rooting for you, that are encouraging you to be brave, be bold, be you, be unashamedly you. Stay the course. Right, let's get you a timing for new love. Why is it so claggy? So annoying. Release any attachment to timing. Just do you, you know? Enjoy not having the shackles around you that other people can bring, or the love interest can bring, the confusion that other people can bring. Just do you. You know, enjoy not having all that drama. Enjoy not having to wonder where someone is, you know? Right, take care. That was your reading, Sagittarius. If you liked it, please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel. If you're dealing with a Sagittarius, or you know a Sagittarius that could resonate with, please send it on to them. Any way that you can support the channel, whether it's a donation, there's a link in the channel description, or just like, you know, a positive comment, it's all appreciated. It really is. I've been down to London this week to, I really want to say to visit the Queen, but that's not the case, to sort out taxes and, you know, deal with international law and get sorted with Google. So memberships will be starting in March. It's delayed because I've got to wait for my tax number to come back from the US, and I'm not in the US, so it's like 9 weeks, and I didn't realise it was going to take that long. So anyway, I'm happy to understand the process better and have got past a huge hurdle, because this is all new to me, setting all this up. So I appreciate your patience. Members will receive a monthly health reading, a monthly wealth reading, and how to read tarot series. Collective love readings will remain free. I won't be doing extended because these are already long ass readings. I could not extend this if I tried. I would just be asking you for money for nothing then, so, and wasting my own time. If you want a private reading at any point, they're £18. They don't have to be about love. They could be about anything. It could be a finance reading, a health reading, a general, whatever comes out. Or you can have a love spread exactly like this, but you know it's you and your person. You know the time and the messages are personal to you rather than collective. But to be honest, if you watch collective readings regularly, they should resonate. Do you know what? I'm going to turn that radiator off, tie my hair up, and get a glass of water because I'm getting cooked here. And go. Right, we're going on to Capricorn. A bit tired now. I slept well last night, but I was too uptight the nights before. So I didn't really sleep those nights. Looking forward to bed. I didn't bother putting makeup on today, so I won't have to have all that palaver of taking my makeup off and washing my face. Cut my hair as well, had a trim. Got rid of all my split ends. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Capricorn's highest good. How is Capricorn feeling in this third week of December 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Capricorn's feeling, please. The 4 of Cups upright. Okay, so someone's got their eye on what's going on here and they're completely ignoring what's going on here. Okay, this is you. This is you, Capricorn. You are giving someone the cold shoulder, or you're closed off to people altogether right now. Not interested, okay? Not today. Cups are, full of water. Water is emotion in tarot. So someone, would like your attention. They would like to offer feelings towards you, and you're not interested, okay? Disinterested. So you could be, got quite a lot of cards here, you could be soul searching at the moment. We've got the Hermit, which is the major arcana for Virgo. 7 is a number of reflection. In the story of the major arcana, the Fool realises that he must walk this part of the journey alone. The answers lie within him. The Magician reversed, the 2 of Swords reversed, the Moon reversed, the Ace of Swords upright. There's some sort of clarity, truth, a major confession, major revelation. A lot of fear. This is the major for Pisces. In the story of the major arcana, the Fool realises that he must walk forwards anyway, even when, there are secrets or we don't know what's ahead. We must walk forwards anyway. When it's reversed, we're overcome with fear. The 2 of Swords, when it's upright, is someone that doesn't want to deal with this, in denial, blindfolded, closed body language. When it's reversed, it's a positive reversal. It means we're now open to dealing with something. The Magician reverse, we don't feel like we've got the tools to succeed, to manifest what we want into our life, into existence. That would need all 4 aces, the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles. We don't have what we need to succeed. And now we're walking the journey alone, okay? So usually after a separation or during a period of not talking to someone, no contact, we spend time alone, we isolate, we introspect. We think about what went down, was it our fault? Was it their fault? Was it both? Who's to blame? What do we want going forwards? What kind of person with what kind of qualities? What don't we want? This is all done solo. Nine of Wands reversed. So the Nine of Wands upright is the wounded warrior. It's someone that's prepared to keep on fighting. You know, fighting for what's important to them, fighting for what's right, to keep a relationship going. You know, to keep flogging the horse. When it's reversed, we're down in tools and we're saying no, going on strike, not doing that anymore. Not doing it. Let's get 3 for the one that's showing up for you. So we've got a Page of Cups. This could be an apology. Page of Cups is like someone that wants to express emotion. Could be any emotion, but it could be an apology. If you look at this timeline, at the same time that they are offering you a cup, you are ignoring that cup, okay? You've got your back to them and they're ready to talk. The Eight of Swords reversed. The Eight of Swords upright is when we feel trapped, we feel stuck, like there's no way out. I don't know how to solve this problem. There is no answer, there is no solution. Okay? She's at the water's edge. There's obstacles on the horizon. She's surrounded by swords, but she's blindfolded. She could take that blindfold off and she could step over those swords. There is a way out, there is an answer, okay? This person's starting to realise that. They're starting to see that there's a way forwards. There is a solution, there is a possibility of fixing this. The Queen of Swords, okay? So this is air energy. My voice sounds different. I don't know, it keeps getting like, it's getting dried out, I think. We're just on, we've started Capricorn. I'll be doing Aquarius and Pisces. I'm going to do them all today. Ooh. The Queen of Swords is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. So you could be dealing with any one of those signs. It's heavy Aquarius energy though. It's someone who's intelligent, someone who's thoughtful. Oh my goodness, I've got so many cards. I've got so many cards. Just she. I've got so many. High elegy. I tell you what, if anyone ever wants to donate money or send me packs of tarot cards, and I will use them and I will read with those tarot cards, that would be like very cool. I love tarot and I love using different tarot cards. It freaked me out at the beginning. Everyone always tends to use the Rider-Waite tarot deck because you got to be very confident to start using a different deck. And before you can use the Rider-Waite tarot deck, which is like the traditional tarot deck, you have to use the ones that have the meanings on, and people are like, you don't know how to read tarot and all this shit. So it's like you graduate towards like not having the meanings written on the cards, and then you graduate towards using different decks. I love using different decks because I get different meanings from them. I love it. The more the merrier. This is someone who's standing up for what's right. Air signs enjoy acts of service. That's their love language. They love to serve their community. They like helping people. They stand for truth, justice, what's fair, what's right. They're fantastic orators, public speakers, writers. They can think on their feet. They're good with their words. They can get themselves out of a lot of stuff. Was the Queen of Swords upright or reversed? I can't remember now. I got really into talking about it. I think she was upright. Does anyone know? I think she was upright. A Queen of Swords. They're intelligent. They use their intellect. They strategize. Yeah. Acts of diplomacy, planning, research. Nothing's done on a whim. It's heavily thought through beforehand. So you could be dealing with an air sign. You could be dealing with someone that's, you know, they've been thinking about this a lot. They're thinking about how to approach you. They've been trying to problem solve. Let's get 3 for the outcome. The Fool. This Fool's been showing up a lot. Time for a reset, time for a leap of faith into a new chapter. See the 0. It's Aries energy, it's fire energy. It's like, right, I'm ready to go. 2 feet first. You know, people that like cliff dive and cliff jump. There's not a chance I would do that, but that requires a leap of faith. You don't know whether things are going to work out. You don't know whether you're going to, you know, really enjoy the experience and be so exhilarated that you made it, or whether you're going to smash both your ankles, you know, and shatter your bones in like 25 places or get knocked out. You don't know what the outcome is, but that's the point of a leap of faith, you know. So someone wants to take a leap of faith. I don't think it's you, Capricorn. I think it's them. Because they're looking like they want to apologise. They're looking like they want to, you know, problem solve, think this out, discuss it. And they're not being frivolous. They've really thought about this. Temperance. Yeah, she cuts through the BS. Was the Temperance upright or reverse? It fell on the floor. We'll put it in the challenge position. See, this is the major for Sagittarius. She pours water from one cup to the other, trying to get just the right balance. It's about balancing your emotions, staying calm, tempering yourself, not flying off the handle. The 9 of Cups upright, content, happy within oneself. You may be happy with the outcome of this person chasing you down, you know, this person apologising. Let's see what they've got to say for themselves. Let's get a no contact card. What would this person say to Capricorn? It's simple, really. How do I feel? I want you, us forever. Oh my goodness, can't pick it up. That's ridiculous. Come on. I'm not having this. Squash it instead. It's simple, really. How do I feel? I want you, us forever. Wow. They're not like too proud to come and make this right, which is nice. Yeah, it's cute. It's not often we can say that in tarot. It's usually dramatic, karmic, something awful. I'm undecided about us. I need time to think this through. Don't rush me. Ooh, they don't like anyone rushing them. They don't like anyone being pushy, trying to control them. So maybe they felt like that's how you were being initially. But this person wants to take the lead. They want to come and make things right, but they want to do it on their terms. That's such an air sign way to be. It's actually quite annoying. But, yeah. At least you know they've really thought it through. They really do mean it. But yeah, they want to be the one to come to you. Control freak. What is it that this person likes or loves about Capricorn? I mean, they obviously love you if it's you, us forever. You are my lucky charm. Since I met you, I've manifested all sorts of things. Well, that's a nice thing to say to someone. You are my lucky charm. They feel like it's all good when they're around you. They feel like good things are happening. They feel upbeat. They feel positive. You're like the sun for this person. What's the nature of this connection, please? Straight out. Pay attention to red flags. Reconciliation. Know the warning signs of what an unhealthy connection looks like. Reconciliation. Someone from your past is or will be returning to your life soon. Okay, so if arguments are happening all the time and this person's constantly having to apologise, or they're being a bit too controlling about how you make up, that's annoying and that's maybe something to look at. But it could just be that those cards were stuck together. It makes more sense for the reconciliation. But that's a bit weird, the way they're like, oh, I'm undecided about us, but then they're like, it's simple really. How do I feel? I want you was forever. I think they're a bit controlling. But air signs are like that, to be honest. They're like that. They just are. Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. Try and get some quality time together. What did you guys fall out over in the past then? Dream world, living in a fantasy land, illusions, not real love. So they could have made you feel like, you know, sometimes air signs are very guarded with their heart, and sometimes they can talk in a way that's very like almost like professional speak, like apologies, regards. You know, they can be aloof. They can be the opposite to that, but it just depends what their other placements are and how they're feeling and what their strategy is, and they may be oblivious to the fact that they're offending you a little bit. So this person could have been a bit matter of fact and a bit straight with you, and not being so romantic or gushy or open or transparent about how much you mean to them previously. That could have been a thing, and then you could have thought, great, I'm like getting carried away myself thinking this will go somewhere. Poker face, beware of hidden intentions and underlying motives. Fool's gamble, beware the deceit of tricksters, as risky paths can lead to downfall. That's so weird because we've got the Fool card and the outcome. Tarot's crazy. These are totally different decks. Yeah, sometimes we don't feel secure, and being an earth sign, Capricorn, you want security, you want predictability, you want reliability, you want practical, pragmatic situations where we know where we stand, we're actively building towards the future, we're committed, we're secure, we plod along, you know, and it's like we know what we're doing. You don't want to operate with someone who's being a bit aloof, being a bit, you know, cards close to the chest. You don't like that. I know you don't like that. You know, especially if you tell like an earth sign to loosen up over stuff like that, they'll get really pissed off with you. They will get really pissed off. Because I'm a Taurus, so I understand we just need like reassurance and security, and we love it. We'll be pussycats if you like provide us with stability, security, predictability. But if you try to mess with us or be aloof with us or disconnected from us or, do business talk with us, we'll be like, what? Wash your mouth out with this bar of soap, please. So these are collective readings and you watch your sign. So we're on Capricorn at the moment. You can watch your sign, you can watch the sign of your person. But yeah, they're collective, so I don't answer questions or do individual readings in this live. If you want a private reading, my email's in the channel description, or you can direct message on TikTok or Instagram. Caution, private relationship, betrayal, deceit, backstabbing, traitors, unworthy of trust. Now, private relationship says to me, like, when someone keeps you, like, they don't announce the relationship, they won't put a label on it and say we're boyfriend, we're girlfriend, we're engaged, we're married. They're trying to keep it, like, casual. And it doesn't mean that you don't mean anything to this person, that you're not important to them, but maybe their life's a little bit complicated or they're not super emotionally available right now. They don't want to put a label on it, okay? That could have been an issue in the past. I think this person's a bit controlling, Unfinished business, proposal, forgiveness, reconciliation. You've got reconciliation twice. So you can sort this out if you want to sort this out. It looks like they're going to try to. I think you'll be happy with this as an outcome because we've got the Nine of Cups, contentment, satisfaction within oneself, wish fulfillment. And there are no real secrets in this world. Ooh. They won't be able to hide behind the mask for much longer. They're going to have to open up how they feel about you or lose you. They're going to have to learn what your requirements are, what you need in terms of, being more... Maybe they don't know how to be like lovey-dovey, or they don't know how to be gushy. They don't know how to make you feel special. They're going to have to learn. Because earth signs need traditional romance. That's what we like. Let's get you some advice then. Rituals. Steady yourself with simple rituals. Do the dishes, fold laundry, water the plants, make a cup of tea. Let wisdom sneak up on you. Okay, so sometimes the answer comes to you when you're just doing your normal daily stuff, or you're going to sleep at night. You tend to find better solutions to things when you relax. when you free your mind, sometimes you think about something so much that you're just confused. You know, when you sit down to write an essay and you start writing it and then you reread it and you reread it and you reread it and you're like, I don't even know what it says on the page anymore. Like, you got to step away from stuff and clear your head, distract yourself with some like menial tasks, come back to it, you know, fresh. That's what the advice is. Come back to it fresh. Don't be overthinking it or stressing about it. Being true. I am true to myself and others. I remove my mask and stop creating illusions. Oh my god, that's so weird because we had that mask one there. That is so weird. I remove my mask and stop creating illusions. I have confidence in who I am, and I reveal the good in me. I do not need to hide or prove anything. I replace shame with the power of love and truth. Acceptance. I accept every step that life presents me without resistance. I try to find out what the universe is trying to teach me so that I can grow. Thus, I advance in freedom on the path of light. Cosmic abundance. Abundance flows to you effortlessly. Open your hands to receive. Whatever block there was here, it's going to be removed. It's going to be removed. It's going to repair. You're both going to grow and evolve from this. You know, sometimes we're sent challenges, hiccups and things to just promote growth, promote us to evolve, you know, be a higher version of ourselves, to grow. Cosmic flow. Align with the cosmic, with the cosmos's rhythm to experience harmony and natural flow. There's no gaps between the words and it makes it really difficult to read. Align with the cosmos's rhythm to experience harmony and natural flow. You know, when you just get back into like the magnetic field of Earth, like we're very out of tune. As humans, we get so removed from the natural rhythms of planet Earth, you know. Creatures operate with sonar. They follow magnetic paths. Birds do that. We're part of the animal kingdom, and yet we get so disconnected from it and so removed from it. If you do something like a sound bath, they use Tibetan bowls and they step over you and like they bang the side of the bowl and the natural vibrations of the sound push through your body and it pushes like negative energy out and it just resets all the balance and like you feel, I don't know, you feel like really in tune with planet Earth. It's the same thing when you like do, you know, hot yoga and you do like visualizations, meditations, you can have hallucinations. I had hallucinations with the sound baths. It's like you go outside of your own body. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but I thought everyone was an eagle going like this in hot yoga. I could literally see it as well. It was like multicolored. It was so sick. And then in the sound bath, I felt that I was a dolphin. I could see like a dolphin going through the water. I don't know what you call it, like diving up and out through the water and like. I think the other kind of euphoria I've felt before is like, you know, when you have a massage and you just become like, it's like you're returning to Mother Earth, and I don't really know how else to explain it, but it's like you're being instead of doing or thinking, you just need to just be. I don't know how else to describe it, really. I like that. You've got reconciliation on the cards. If you want it. Looks like they're going to say sorry. They're going to make it right, make it good. Devotion. Devote in love. A gift of the soul. That's nice. That's a different deck that I used because it's for, like, you know, current relationships where it's going really well. Mostly what comes out will be like people who aren't talking to each other or exes. But when it's like clearly two people in a relationship, I tend to use that deck. It's nice. What's it called? The Deep Love Tarot deck. Right, let's get you your celebration. Oracle message. Winter grains. Be thankful for the winter grains. They are the sustenance of the season, a gift of nature to nourish and sustain you. That one's coming out like over and over. And there's loads. There's loads of them, but that one comes out a lot. Eat clean this winter. You know, there's a lot of viruses, a lot of flus, harsh, extreme weather. The temperatures dropped rapidly this weekend. Shocking. In the UK, it was so mild earlier in the week. Make sure you wrap up. I need to take that advice myself, actually. Could be a frozen car in the morning. Wrap up, lots of hot drinks, lots of fluids, cold remedies. Don't get yourself too cold going out to watch football or do anything like this of a weekend. Eat whole foods. Right, when's this reconciliation going to happen? Looks like they're going to make the move. Time is being delayed. Stop rushing things. Okay. Fine. Right, that has been your reading. Please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel. I read all of your messages. I appreciate every subscription, every like, every comment. Say something nice. If you want to donate, there's a link in the channel description. If you want to stand out in a live, you can do a super chat. Hopefully in 2026 I'll be able to go full-time with this. I teach full-time in high school, but I would love to do this full-time. I love tarot. If you ever want a personal reading, it's £18. My email is in the channel description, or you can direct message on TikTok or Instagram. Payment is by PayPal, or I can give you my bank details. I know not every country uses or allows PayPal. I do all kinds of readings, not just love readings. Do health, wealth, life decisions, general, past, present, future. I do have mediumship cards as well if you want messages from loved ones that have passed away. I don't charge for the mediumship ones. I do not help to find missing people. Unbelievably, some people have asked me to do that. I don't feel like I can, honestly. I know some psychics do that, but I don't. Okay, we are going on to Aquarius. Look at that pose. Right. Let's get on with it. Yeah, so memberships will start in March time when I get my tax code back from the US. Went down to London to get all that paperwork sorted out earlier this week. You've got to wait 9 weeks if you're outside the US to get a tax number. It is late, yeah. Needs doing though. So yeah, members will receive, it's about $5.99 a month, I think. Members will receive a monthly health reading, a monthly wealth reading, and how to read tarot series as well. So I'm just letting you know that that's what's in the pipeline. Spirit guides, universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Aquarius's highest good. How is Aquarius feeling in this third week of December 2025 with regards to what they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? The 3 cards for Aquarius, please. The 10 of Pentacles reversed, so you could be going through a divorce, because the 10 of Pentacles upright is when 2 people put wealth together, they create lasting generational wealth. When it's reversed, it's like division of assets, where 2 people have assets, where 2 people were married or were living together, did have joint finances, we're now separating them. The pentacles are being withdrawn. Well, I was very hungover yesterday, so I work full time. I was at a celebration, like a Christmas party, Friday night. I was excessively ill and hungover. The Saturday, hadn't slept. My friend was still here. We had a really good time. I post, like, generally on a Sunday live. I film live, sorry, but then I post throughout the week, do a few signs each day. I have to work around my energy levels, and yeah, I had a really tough day on Thursday. The kids were horrific in school. I won't go into detail, but like, it wasn't a good day. So, you know, this helps me to I talked about it earlier, but when I record on a Sunday, it helps me to like keep my mind in the present and not just agonize all day about the working week ahead. So it's a good distraction, but people can get to these readings whenever they want to. Two of Swords reversed with the Nine of Swords upright. The Two of Swords, when it's upright, is being closed off to... It's like when you're in denial, you don't want to deal with something, you know, not today kind of vibes. There's a blindfold on, there's closed body language. Don't want to deal with it. When that's reversed, we're becoming wise to something again. We're becoming conscious of something again, and I think this has allowed in some very negative feelings and thoughts, you know, that are keeping you awake at night. So you may have pushed something to the back of your mind, and now it's rearing its ugly head. It's to do with divorce, separation, division of assets, legalities. Seven of Swords reversed. The Seven of Swords upright. You can see this person is, they're trying to get away with something. They're going down a rope ladder and they're making off with something that they've taken from someone else. So that, you know, look at his facial expression. It's very devious, very determined. You know, bad intentions. When that's reversed, that could have been exposed. You could have been exposed for doing something wrong. You could feel like very judged, like someone's having a go at you, or you could feel guilty for how you've acted in the past. Let's get 3 for the one that's showing up for you. Someone that you're thinking about or currently dealing with or manifesting in the future. They've got the 6 of Pentacles reversed. Someone feels like poorly done, you know, badly treated. You didn't put in your half. They put in their half. With the 6 of Pentacles, 6 is an even number. These are increments of time, money and energy. So 3 Pentacles were supposed to come from you and 3 Pentacles were supposed to come from them. They feel like they did their half, but you didn't do yours. You did not show up the way that you should have. This was not fair. This was not even. We've got the Devil reversed. So this is the major for Capricorn. The Devil's all about obsession, codependency, obsessive thinking, attachment, fixation. When it's reversed, we're free from the Devil. Someone couldn't get past that issue, and now, you know, they're like, no, I'm well off out of that. I've come to terms with it, and I'm not hankering after this person anymore because that was toxic. It was unfair. So this is someone that's not very happy with you, Aquarius. From their perspective, things were not fair. We've got the 5 of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. So it could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. They're focused on money. They're focused on practical matters, trying to regain stability. They are busy grieving, but they could be distracting themselves with, you know, with work. Staying on top of, you know, their practical situation, a 3D reality, paying the bills, providing for others. The Hanged Man reverse. So in the outcome, we've got a very stubborn energy here. The Hanged Man, when it's upright, it's someone that's keeping themselves still, and they're trying to look at things from different angles, different points of view. It's like an open-minded energy when it's upright, but when it's reversed, it's very stubborn, like my way or the highway. You know, they only will see things from their perspective. So I don't know if that's you or them. The 4 of Pentacles reversed. When the 4 of Pentacles is upright, it's someone that wants to conserve or preserve a situation. You know, the miser is miserly. He doesn't like to share. He doesn't feel charitable. He's less than generous. He thinks about his own situation, not the situation of others. When that's reversed, the pentacles are starting to go out of the wallet. We're starting to open up to others, helping others, seeing other people's point of view, being less miserly, being more generous, more charitable. The Two of Cups reversed. The Two of Cups upright is when two people have started dating and they fall in love and each person feels the same. They're mutually in love. They're each offering the other a cup of love. When it's reversed, someone feels like there is unrequited love. It's not returned. They might have, like fallen for you, but they feel that you haven't fallen for them, or vice versa. The feeling is not mutual. I'm just going to review the cards again. So you're focused on your separation. This person focused on the fact that something was unfair. They feel like they've got free of the toxicity of this situation. They are grieving it. They are managing to, stay focused on their priorities. You were in denial and blocking out the feelings, but there's times where you feel anxious, you feel the pain of this situation. You could have kept it hidden. You could have done a good job at keeping all of these emotions hidden, and now it's creeping out. In the outcome, someone's very stubborn and they just feel like unrequited love. That's what they're putting it down to. Let's get a message from whoever this is. We need to plug my charger in. You're mysterious. I can never seem to figure you out. Sometimes I feel like you're hiding something from me. Well, that's because you probably are. Never really know where I stand with you. Okay, this person fed up of being messed about. They feel a lack of transparency, secrecy, game playing, or being kept at arm's length. They're not having it. They don't like it. Not here for it. Okay? It's just made them feel like you're not in it. They could be an earth sign, they don't have to be. They could be a Capricorn, they don't have to be. I'm at a crossroads, I'm choosing which path to take. Okay, so they really don't know if there's any future in this anymore. They're at the point of moving on. What's the nature of this connection, please? Distance. The separation you are experiencing is necessary to help the relationship grow. So this time apart is part of the divine plan. It's part of your and their journey. It has a purpose to it. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. There's some sort of like issues from childhood here. Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. There's going to be periods of like separation, but they're followed with a coming together and heart-to-heart conversations, opening up, revealing things that are very, very private about childhood. It's going to bring you two together. What does this person like or love about Aquarius? I love our deep conversations. They open up my mind. This person feels like you've got a sort of psychic connection. You have a meeting of the minds and the heart. You know, that there's like a strong soul bond here, soul tie. They want to get to know you better, Aquarius. There's things about you that they just can't understand where you're coming from. But it's because you don't know each other that well yet. There's going to be more opportunities to get to know each other. Empty. The truth is that you simply don't feel fulfilled. It's worth the wait to find true happiness. This person's feeling like so empty with how things have been. They feel like very distant from them. You're secretive. They don't really understand you. It's putting them at a crossroads. Faith's haven. Believe in the safety of your return, as every journey leads back to comfort. So it may require having faith. Love blocks. Dismantle hidden barriers to real intimacy and trust. Controlling power struggles lead to being manipulative. You could both be a little bit toxic when it comes to, like, you know, a battle of like wills, like who's going to be the first to break the silence, who's going to be the first to open up, who's going to be the first to get emotional, you know, in front of the other, or reveal true feelings or the true depth of feelings to one another. Who's going to do it first? It could get quite competitive in terms of power struggles. You could be a bit alike. Kick to the curb, get in a room. Hotel, motel, suit, business, pleasure. Sometimes this person could treat this as purely like sexual or fun, or you may both like treat it like that, or they may view you as treating it as sex or fun. Maybe it's been kept at a surface level and hasn't reached the depth that it's supposed to. Just checking I haven't already pulled from this deck. Mind games, immature, testing you, analysing you. Unemployed, broke, fired, living beyond their means. Money could have been an issue. Being between jobs could have been an issue. There's definitely, you could both have air in your chart or something that makes you very stubborn. We don't always want to share when we're struggling financially, so sometimes that could be an excuse to keep someone at arm's length, as like, I don't want people to find out, you know, that I'm between jobs, or I don't want my person to look down on me because, you know, X, Y, or Z is going on with me. So You know, this person wants to know what is going on really, what is the situation. They want more deep conversations. They've had a taste of it, they want more. But this distance is, you know, it's making them feel like they're at a crossroads. They're going to have to make a choice at some point, like which way to go. But there's some sort of family issues that are being healed in this time apart. So there could be a lot of reflection going on. Maybe there's a lot of reflection on both sides. Let's get you advice. Good girl, power. The ability to suck it up is not a superpower. Saying no is. Own your power. Okay, so this is going to cause one or both of you to become more empowered. You know, if one of you is a runner, the other one is a chaser, you're going to learn to stop those behaviours, to stop accepting what you're being presented with, and draw a line, or, you know, throw the gauntlet down and make it clear, lay out your stall, set out your stall, say what you need, and stick by it, stand by it. Don't let anyone get away with anything. Creation. I have the power to direct my life. With a constructive attitude, I create what is best for my soul. I firmly believe I can transform and improve my inner and outer worlds by turning every thought into affirmative action. I act in the image of God and bring light into my life. Okay, so you're not like losing control over your life, Aquarius. You have the power to take control and direct it exactly how you want it to go. Galactic wings. You are supported by divine forces. Spread your wings and soar. Okay, so this is your come up. This is your comeback. Okay. Your encore. God. You're going to be like a phoenix that rises from the ashes. Mind cleansing. Purify the mind to gain clarity and purity. I mean, that's the epitome of the star card, where there's healing and someone's bathing in water, purifying themselves, you know, scooping the cups of water up from the river. Heart of the cosmos. Connecting with the cosmos's heart. Connect with the cosmos's heart to experience profound wisdom and love. So it's like, realize that you belong to the universe. You're in good company. You're of the universe. You are loved. You've got a whole hierarchy, a whole spirit team that are looking out for you. Galactic wings. You are supported by divine forces. Okay. Rise up. You don't have to hide from stuff. You don't have to be ashamed. When you run away from stuff, you let people kind of, it's too easy to let people, you know, they're instantly on the moral high ground. When you take the dirt road and you let them walk down the highway, they're going to make it before you because you're making things harder for yourself. The healthiest thing to do is to face things head on, and then the other person can't quickly and automatically, call you out on your toxic behaviour. If you deal with things the right way, then they're only as good as you are. What you kind of like cutting off your nose to spite your face. If that's what's happening here. Because there's some sort of like sneakiness, deception, keeping people at a distance, at arm's length, making someone feel rejected. So, this person is the one that feels rejected, and I know that because their message to you is, you're so mysterious, I can't figure you out. If they can't figure you out, it's because you're hiding from them, right? So take off the mask, be honest, have more deep conversations. They love that. They love that when you two come together over, life's big questions, deep stuff. What do I want out of life? They like the big stuff. This person is someone that's very philosophical. Yeah. They want to get to know you on a deeper level. Let's get you a Yule celebration. Ancestor message. Listen to the whispers of your ancestors. Their wisdom and guidance flow through you, strengthening your spirit. I love these cards. I'm so glad I got these. This is the Yule celebrations. So nice. When will there be reconciliation then? Around July? That's a long time away. So it may take to summertime to come back together if you're in separation with this person. But you're doing a lot of work to do with healing family issues. You are, or they are, or both of you. A lot of, things need to be solved when it comes to employment, finances. You both need to ascend when it comes to playing mind games and being controlling. Who's going to talk first? There's a lot of control issues here, and blocks to this love. So it's not going to be solved in a week or a couple of days. It's a long-term ascension, but it's happening. The universe has got your back. This is part of your journey, the two of you. It's a necessary to help the relationship grow. It's necessary to have time away from each other, okay? Because maybe it was stuck at a shallow level, and there's actually potential for this to really, really deepen and be a lot more profound. I feel like I've forgotten to pick a card from somewhere, but I don't think I have. That is your message, Aquarius. I hope you liked this reading. If you did, please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel, and then we'll see you in the next one. Any way that you can support me is appreciated. If it's a nice comment, sharing the video with someone else who's an Aquarius, or if you're dealing with an Aquarius, or someone who's dealing with an Aquarius. If you want a private reading, they're £18. There's My email in the channel description. Where does that go? I can do love. I can do this spread, but you'll know it's you and your person only. So timings can be more accurate. Messages are definitely your messages for you from them, rather than collective. And sometimes it's exciting to get your own reading. I get them like a few times a year off my favourite readers. It's just nice as a treat. I wouldn't do it all the time because you need a bit of life to happen, and you shouldn't throw all your money away on readings, but now and again it's nice. I might get one soon actually. I like Scales of Justice Tarot. Martin, his name is. I might get one from Kelsey, Empress of Energy. She's not cheap though. She's not cheapy. He's quite reasonable. Oh, I tell you who resonates, like their readings really resonate with me. The Rainbow Wizard Tarot. She's really good. And Spiritually Goldie and Sunflowers and Spirituality. These are my favourite readers. They're bigger channels, so they're probably too expensive for me. I'm not going to throw money away. Because all the reading's going to tell you is what the energy is that week. They can't tell you your future in 10 years' time, do you know what I mean? So it's not worth throwing 60 quid on something. It's just not going to happen. I will never do that. I will never charge that. Okay, last but not least, Pisces. You've been hella patient if you've hung around for Pisces. I've cut that card wonky, haven't I? Anyway, it doesn't matter. Let me just close that window because it's cold now. I swear my entire existence is just me deciding whether I'm too hot or too cold. I'm never the right temperature. I'm like Goldilocks. I've got something wrong with my hypothalamus. I'm self-diagnosing. Because I am literally never the right temperature. What time is it? Is it crazy late? No. I thought it was later than that, to be honest. You're 5 hours behind in the States anyway. 5 or 6 hours, so I don't mind staying on late. If I wasn't doing this, I'd just be stressing about work tomorrow, so... Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Pisces' highest good. How is Pisces feeling in this third week of December 2025 with regards to when they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Pisces is feeling first of all, please. So we've got the Page of Pentacles reversed and the Ten of Cups reversed. The Ten of Cups, when it's upright, is a happy family life. It's everyone being content that lives under one roof. So there could be children. It tends to say family when there's tense, but it could be you and your person. You could be married or you could have joint assets. That's reversed though. And then the Page of Pentacles is someone that's looking to invest. They haven't got a person yet. When it's reversed, we're withdrawing investment from a family dynamic, leaving a family dynamic or planning to leave. Right, there's a Tower card, but it's reversed. The Tower is Aries energy. Towers look very dramatic. It's major change in the landscape of our life as it currently is. So a Tower moment could be caused by us. It could be caused by another person, or it could be caused by something in the wider world, you know? If there's a hurricane, that's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's not our employer's fault. It's something in the wider world. You know, COVID, when that happened, caused towers every which way, every single which way, okay? That for sure affected people's finances, people's relationships. So towers mean that our life will never be the same again. You know, a baby arriving or someone announcing that they're pregnant is a tower moment. Even someone just declaring that they would like to have children, and if it's something you don't want, then that is inevitably going to split the two of you up. So that could be a tower moment. Our employer turning around and saying, I'm really sorry, I'm going to have to make you redundant. That's a tower moment. When the tower's reversed, we're trying to stop the tower from falling. Okay, we're resisting something that's inevitable. So you're resistant at the moment, Pisces, to something that's quite inevitable. The Five of Pentacles is a state of lack. Okay, so fives in tarot are quite negative, to be honest. Like the Five of Swords is arguments, the Five of Wands is, you know, conflict, maybe physical altercations or rowing with others, having sort of conflict of emotions internally. The Five of Cups is grief, sadness, loss, regret. The Five of Pentacles is when you're in a state of lack when it comes to finances or time, money and energy from the person that you wish to receive it from, because this is a love reading. So someone's not giving you their time, their money, their energy anymore. Maybe this person's leaving you, or maybe, you know, maybe it's just mutual and you don't want it to be over, but it is over, and then it's going to leave you in a bind financially or leave you feeling emotionally down. You know, I've broken up with someone before because we wanted different things in the end and we were actually in love. So yeah, you can be hurting and still having to go through with something. Ace of Cups reverse. So this person recognises that where there was love, it's now gone. You know, it could be, like I said, it could be mutual and you've just realised that you're not in love anymore and it's sad for both of you. This person wants to cooperate. They want to work together. They're not going to make it difficult. Okay? They're not looking to make this difficult. 3 is a number of community. It speaks of teams, cooperation, collaboration. The 7 of Wands reverse. This person feels at a loss. They feel at a disadvantage. They don't feel like they've got the upper hand when it comes to this situation. Let's get 3 for the outcome. The King of Swords is a divorce card. The King of Swords, it could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, heavy Aquarian energy. This is someone that shows their love with acts of service. They like to help others, help the community. They're a fantastic writer, orator, public speaker. They're very good at thinking on their feet. They're intellectual. You know, they can talk their way out of anything. Silver-tongued. When it's reversed, you can use those powers for good, or you can use them for evil. You know, you could be manipulative, you could be strategic, very persuasive, you know, trying to get things leaning to your own advantage. Swords can be wielded and do a lot of damage. Like, we could be very blunt in the things that we say, very cutting in the things that we say, or we could block communication altogether. So when it's in the reverse, it's quite negative. This is the challenge. So there's an air sign, or someone that's going very rational, very logical, very intellectual, maybe a bit aloof, maybe talking in very kind of professional terms, using business language rather than being, you know, someone that talks from the heart. They could go quite matter of fact, quite business-like in the way that they communicate, or they could be blocking communication or erratic with communication, inconsistency, you know, choosing not to reply for a long time, this kind of stuff. Air signs, or people who are in air energy, can be very controlling, you know, that everything's a game of chess. They want to be in control. With the Judgment is the challenge. That's also in the challenge position, and it's with the Wheel of Fortune reversed. There's like ignoring a call to action or trying to avoid something, and it's creating like bad karma. Something's toxic here, something's not healthy, and it's either us ignoring the behaviour of another, or us doing something that's not healthy ourselves. Okay, so just ignoring someone else's unhealthy behaviour and going with it anyway is toxic. So until we learn our lesson, you know, we can learn it in this lifetime. If we don't, we'll have to learn it in the next. See, that's not good. The Moon card, the major arcana for Pisces. We must walk forwards anyway. Even when things are in the dark, not everything's illuminated. There could be challenges ahead. We don't know. We mustn't let fear overtake us, okay? So, in the story of the major arcana, the Fool realises that he must walk forwards anyway. It's Pisces energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. It's your major arcana, actually, isn't it? It's your major arcana. So you could be, because you're upright, you could be feeling powerful, you could be feeling good. Or it could just be that it's there because someone realises that they're trying to stop the inevitable. They're trying to stop a relationship ending. When I say they, I'm talking about you. You could be trying to stop this ending because it would mean you'll be out of pocket. You're trying to stay in control. You're trying to, you know, avoid change, major change in your life. Let's get a message from this person. What would this person say to you? They feel at a loss, they feel at a disadvantage, this person. No one compares. No matter how many people I've met and experiences I have, there's no one who compares to you. You hurt me. Everything that happened hurt me so much. I need more time to heal. It seems like, it seems like they don't want to be apart. They don't want to let you go. Could be them that's trying to stop this separation, or it could be mutual, like you're both sad about it and don't know what to do. They want to collaborate, they want to work together, but they feel at a disadvantage. They feel like the love's gone, they feel hurt. They're not over you. They definitely don't want this ending, but you've got the Tower reversed, so it's like maybe you don't want it to end either. Maybe you're undecided what to do. This back and forth, though, is toxic. We need to find out what else has gone on here. Let's get a message from them before we do that. I see signs about you everywhere. They can't stop thinking about you. They're really like pining for you. What's this person like or love? I would say love about Pisces. You inspire me so much. You are my muse. Oh, they are like, they're crazy about you, Pisces. What do they mean when they say you hurt them? Crushed. Oh my God. You are hurting emotionally right now. You need time to heal before you jump in again. Oof. You've done a number on them. If you're the Page of Pentacles reversed, you could be the one that's trying to... You're trying to like leave this situation, like move out, or... But I don't know why you're trying to stop the Tower from falling. That was the only thing that threw me off. They're devastated. Hanging on, release the past and let yourself love again. You could have moved out. You could have started like for your own place. You know, you may not have asked for a divorce yet, but you've moved out. It seems like, and it could be costing you a lot of money, make you feel lonely. Fulfilling a fantasy. Opposites attract. Lessons, not your usual type. Different spiritual beliefs. You and this person could just be too different. If you ask, I'll stay. Oh. It's like making me feel quite heavy, that. It's nothing to do with me, but they're clearly like devastated. Let's get you. Oh, what's the nature of this connection? I knew I'd missed a couple of cards out. Hi, Sunil. Take a leap of faith. Only when you're willing to step out of your comfort zone will you reap great rewards. I think you're going back and forth whether to like continue leaving this or whether to move back in, whether to ask them to move back in. I think you're like on the fence. Give your relationship a chance, work on your partnership. See, I think that's very opposite. Because that says take a leap of faith. Only when you're willing to step out of your comfort zone will you reap great rewards. I thought that was about like being brave enough to move on. But then this one's like give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership, so that we can't misunderstand that one. When you're afraid, you must walk forwards anyway. That is your major arcana. Being fearless, being bold. Do something that's scary anyway. Do it anyway. You are my muse. My God, they like worship the ground that you walk on. Intention. What if the only resolution you made was to love yourself more? Invitation. The words you speak are an invitation to life, a request to bring energy into form. Choose your words carefully. That's your advice. Love yourself more. Choose your words carefully. The words you speak are an invitation to life, a request to bring energy into form. So you can manifest something negative if you're going to be negative minded. You can manifest something positive if you're positive minded and you speak in a positive way. Like a good affirmation could be, good things keep on happening to me, you know, because then good things should happen to you. You should perceive life in that light as much as you can. Obviously, if something horrific happens, you can't think that, but on a general basis, we should always be expecting things to get better or things to continue being good. We shouldn't expect the worst, or if something's been awful, to continue being awful, you know, because that would be losing faith, and then that would be lowering your vibrations. We want to raise our vibrations, we want to attract abundance. Wisdom. God has a plan for me. I live here now, knowing beauty is to come. I don't force things to happen faster than the universe has decided for me. I learn from my experiences, take small steps in faith, and succeed thanks to all my efforts. That's exactly what we were talking about. Harmony. I open myself to the divine being within me. I am the image of God, thus I have the power to bring light into my life. I turn any darkness in me into something beautiful. In the absence of resentment, anger, or doubt, I find harmony. Give your relationship a chance. You are this person's muse. Can't pick up the card. This has happened so much today. Ridiculous. What is the solution when you can't pick up a blooming card? Here we go. Sorry, but I had a really nasty cold last weekend, so I'm still getting over it. That's why I keep suddenly spasming and coughing. It's that time of year, it's all going around the schools. Sacred constellations. Every star is connected. Trust in the divine design of your journey. That is beautiful. The cosmic mirror. The universe mirrors your energy, align with what you wish to attract. The celestial key. The key to your desires lies within. Unlock your infinite potential. This way, we're getting cards that have never come out, you know, in this one. Self-transformation. Embrace self-transformation as a journey of evolution and growth. As a journey of evolution and growth. Evolution, personal growth, personal growth, reinvention. It's difficult to read because there's no spaces. Evolution, personal growth, reinvention. It's interesting that, isn't it? Because the butterfly nibbles its own, like, nibbles outside of its own, like, chrysalis, its own cocoon. So it's like eating itself, its old ways, its old past. Work on your partnership, take a leap of faith. Don't be pessimistic about what's gone on here. This person's hurt, but they idolize you. So it's not always that you can express doubt about a future together and then it's done. You can say that and then someone can be like, you know what, I'm hurt and it's going to take time to heal, but like there is no one else for me. There's been a few readings tonight where it's against all odds, like people are coming back together, or it's just a bump in the road. It's not done. This is a relationship deck, so I just want to pull something from here as advice. Surprise. Adorn the everyday with surprises and keep the freshness alive. Okay, see, little gestures could really go a long way with this person. Little spontaneous gestures. Interwoven growth, like tree rings, each year deepens your bond, marking shared time and depth. That's really nice, isn't it? I'm sure that would really go a long way for this person. They just need reassurance, and that doubt will go over time. You'll be able to prove yourself in serious things. Maybe like they lose a loved one and you're there for them. There's opportunities to show up and be there for this person, but you can also like create opportunities and just do a nice thing, be spontaneous, get them a gift, arrange some special time together, do whatever you need to do to heal this situation, because they're crazy into you. Like they really care about you so much. They worship the ground that you walk on. It's like something very... You won't find this again. If you lose this, Pisces, you won't find it again. You won't find someone that thinks so highly of you. It's not really possible. When will things improve between Pisces and their person? The one that's in this reading. Sooner than you expect, but there's no need to hurry. It's not the right time yet. Release any attachment to timing. They did say they need more time to heal, but it won't be as long as what you think, okay? Let's get you a Yule celebration card, and then I will let you go. Fir tree. Root yourself deeply like the fir tree. Find stability and strength in your foundations, even in the coldest of times. Take care. That was your reading, Pisces. Please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel, and I will see you in the next one. If you want a private reading, they're £18. They'll be pre-recorded. On YouTube, you'll get a link to a video, so only you can see it, and you can watch it as many times as you like at your leisure. Readings can be love readings. They can be about anything though. Memberships will be starting in March. I've got to wait for my tax number to come back from the States, and it takes 9 weeks, so yeah, it's going to be longer than what I thought. But I'm glad I got past that hurdle, because I was dealing with stuff that I didn't understand, and it was quite stressful having that on my mind. So all is getting better now. I found a company that can guide me through all of this tax stuff. yeah, please support the channel any way that you can do, whether it's a nice comment or a donation. If you want to send me a deck or give me money for a deck, and I will use it on the video. If you wish to show up in lives, you know, you can do a super chat. Any of that, all of that, it's all welcome. I read the messages when I'm driving home from work, because I'm a full-time high school teacher. I do this on top. It's a lot of work, but hopefully at some point I'll be able to leave teaching and do this full-time. Don't get me wrong, some days I really love teaching, but some days it's the worst. Definitely you earn your money and then some, do you know what I mean? It's not a job where you get a lot of rest or low stress. It's a lot. But I'm getting a good living from it, and it is like a worthy thing to do. But yeah, I would love to do tarot full time. So yeah, anyway, you can support the channel is appreciated. Have a lovely week this week, and I will see you next weekend. Okay, bye guys.